Welcome to Ask the Tech Coach, brought to you by the TeacherCast Educational Network. If you are in charge of professional development and looking to build an innovative digital learning experience, this is the podcast for you. Join us each week as we uncover strategies that tech coaches are using to drive their digital transformations one classroom at a time. And now for your host, with over 2 decades of experience working with tech coaches and edtech companies from all around the world, Jeff Bradbury.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TeacherCast Educational Network. My name is Jeff Bradbury. Thank you so much for joining us and making TeacherCast your home for professional development. Welcome to our Ask the Tech Coach ISTE bonus show. Today, we're going to be talking all about the ISTE Instructional Coaches Playground that's going to be happening on Monday during the conference from 12 to 2. I'm looking forward to it. At 1 o'clock, I'm going to be doing a fantastic session. But before we get into that, I want to welcome my 2 guests. First, I want to welcome my good friend, Miss Nicole Zumpano. Nicole, how are you? Welcome back to TeacherCast.
I'm great. Thanks for having me back. And we're so excited to talk to you about the playground. It's a great one.
I am looking forward to this. And before we start talking, I want to introduce our second guest, Miss Allie Schultz. Allie, how are you today? Welcome to TeacherCast.
Doing great. Thanks so much for having me.
It is so nice to have both of you on. Before we start talking a little bit about the playground, I got to ask, Nicole, are you excited about the conference this year?
I'm always excited about the ISTE conference. There's just so much to cram in that I feel like, gosh, the month before, really every day something about ISTE is coming up and you're scheduling something or prepping something. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I have the bonus this year, Jeff. My daughter moved to Denver in January. So I get the bonus mommy episode and get to go see her for a little bit.
That is fantastic. And Allie, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, just looking forward to seeing Denver because it's just a beautiful city and beautiful location. I always look forward to just all the different sessions that are available. Whatever topic you can imagine in EdTech, there's something for everybody. Even for me, dabbling more into kind of like the school librarian side of things. There's plenty of stuff for librarians, classroom teachers, CTE teachers, you name it. So I just love how it brings all facets of education into one place under kind of one beautiful umbrella.
For more information about all the great things happening in the world of instructional coaches, don't forget to check out everything over at askthetechcoach.com. And of course, like and subscribe to this podcast and share it with your other coaching colleagues. So Nicole and Allie, let's get started talking about this, because when I've been sharing that I'm presenting at an instructional coaches playground, the first question that always pops up is, what's a playground? Nicole, what am I getting myself into? What is a playground?
You are getting yourself into something fantastic. Playgrounds are amazing. The energy in them is just off the charts. So basically with a playground, it is centered around a theme, and ours is the EdTech coaching theme. We are going to have, 8 different stations. There's going to be 2 stages, and then there's going to be 6 individual tall tabletop stations. And we are going to have 2 separate segments, one from noon to 12:50, the next one from 1 to 1:50, where some amazing coaches from around the world are going to be sharing their best practices.
And give me an idea of some of the topics that are going to be shared during the playground sessions.
Absolutely. Of course, we have maximizing AI usage in coaching. So we're going to have a couple different sessions on that. We've got a coaching unboxed, thinking outside the cycles. So again, strengthening that cycle work for coaches. We have some ways that coaches are sharing how to curate self-paced learning for teachers. So we have just a number of different things that are going to be happening. We will also have a schedule posted right outside the playground. So if it's something you're interested in, come on over and check it out.
Now, with these playgrounds, the neat part about them is that anybody can walk up to the presenter and have them as a one-on-one guide, one-on-many guide. I love attending these playgrounds because you actually can get a chance to talk to the experts one-to-one and have a good time with it. Allie, why do you like these playgrounds?
For exactly that reason. My very first ISTE, it was actually in Denver in 2016. I attended the Edtech Coaches Playground. I was a brand new tech coach. So that was really my focus, was to get all of the things that I could out of the coaching side of things at ISTE. And I made it a point to attend the playground, having no idea what a playground was as a participant. I just knew it was Edtech coaches, and there were lots of other people there. So I knew that's where I wanted to be. And then I fell in love with the format. I loved that it was informal. It was so much more conversational. I didn't have to worry about sitting in a chair and waiting for someone to start talking at me and then finish talking at me. If I wasn't super engaged in the topic, or I didn't find it super relevant to me, I could easily just mosey on to another table and find another topic that fit me better. And then if it was something I was really engaged in, I could stick around and have, like you said, a conversation with that person. And so everything for our playground is designed, again, around the tech coach realm. And we do try to make a point to find sessions that are for everybody in the coaching community, whether you're brand new or you're a veteran coach. We try to find something that will appeal to everybody.
It must be difficult in a short amount of time to see every single session. What advice do you have if somebody is coming, maybe they can't make it for the whole 2 hours, maybe they only have 15, 20 minutes, but they want to get all the resources for the sessions? Where can they go? What can they do?
Well, we have everything compiled for us or compiled by our presenters using a slide deck. And so we'll have a QR code available where you can get resources directly from the presenters. We also encourage the presenters to have a resource for their slides, their presentations at their table, so that folks can come and listen for a few minutes and then maybe grab a slip of paper that has the link or the QR to their presentation, and they can check the rest of it out later if they're kind of in a hurry. But again, you have that flexibility of, if you only have 15, 20 minutes, stop on by, poke your head into a couple of presentations, get a few snippets of information, and then head off to where you need to go.
It is a nice event because, and at least in the past, and correct me here, usually they have multiple playgrounds within the same space. Is it going to be that same way again this year, Nicole?
It is. There are 2 separate playgrounds that'll run at the same time. We are playground B, so make sure that you are headed to B. And there are a number of different themed playgrounds that are happening all throughout ISTE. We just happen to be at Monday at noon to 2 o'clock. One other thing I want to add to what Allie said earlier, just about how great the playgrounds are. It also allows coaches an opportunity, especially for those newer coaches that might not be comfortable or familiar yet with presenting to a lot of people. It gives them a little bit of a taste of what it's like to hold a session where you can actually present to people. So in terms of how we select these, there's a committee of us, myself, Allie, and our partner, Trisha, who couldn't be here tonight. We put out the call for proposals. So this is outside of the actual ISTE proposal session. So for someone who, again, is a little bit newer to the profession, they might be intimidated by putting something in through the ISTE proposal system. This allows them a chance to grow their leadership skills.
Now, one often asks, how do I get involved with these different things? And I often say that the best professional development family that I have is the ISTE Community Leaders Group. And Nicole, you and I are both members of this, and Allie, I know you are too. Talk to us a little bit about what the ISTE Community Leaders Group is. And I'll start with you, Nicole. What has being a part of the ISTE Community Leaders Group meant to you, both personally, professionally, but also communally?
Goodness, that's a great question. And it's so multifaceted. It's hard to answer quickly. I've been involved with ISTE for a number of years. Before my prior role, I was an instructional tech coach myself for 10 years in the Chicago public school system. And I was the only coach in my building. So I had to rely heavily on other coaches outside to grow myself. And I got involved with ISTE that way. And a few years back, ISTE decided to change the way that they structured their volunteer program, and they created the community leader program for volunteers. So it is something that you do have to apply for and you do have to be accepted for. But again, you are with just your people, you're like-minded in terms of their passion for educational technology, their passion for ISTE, and their passion for wanting to give back to the profession. So it feeds me in that way. And also it just allows me to be introduced to just some amazing minds and different perspectives.
Allie, how about you?
Similar to what Nicole said, just being part of the network is so like enlightening and inspiring. Seeing where all the different realms people are coming from. We've got secondary education. We've got universities. We've got admins. We've got folks from all over the field. So everybody kind of coming together and sharing ideas and having really great conversations about particularly the future of technology and education is really, it just kind of helps fuel the fire that we have as educators a little bit. And it's just a really cool group to be a part of. And everybody, we've kind of function as a small community, but we're actually have gotten quite large. I was a member of the Edtech Coaches Network before we had the community leader group. And it was a much smaller group, but because it was specific to that field. And now having everybody together has really, I think, helped kind of just blend us all together into one big family.
And it certainly is that, right? Like every single month we have a meeting. We're always getting great newsletters. Our community leaders are fantastic. Love you, Margaret. Love you, Lauren. All right. All those great things out there. If you're looking for more information, you can head on over to ISTE.org/volunteer. And if you are listening to this before ISTE, I don't see a date, but they are actually accepting applications for next year's ISTE Community Leaders group. Check it out. It is absolutely one of the best professional learning communities that is out there. And you have a chance to not only participate in some of those great ISTE things, but as Nicole said, the ISTE sessions proposals usually happen in September, October-ish. But these things also come around in the springtime. So if you don't get chosen for the first round, this is another great opportunity to be able to participate, to be able to present, and of course, network and make some great long-lasting friends and connections over at ISTE. Allie, before we go, I want to ask you one simple question. What are you looking forward to the most this year at ISTE?
Let's see. Well, besides the playground, of course. The playground is my favorite part. But actually, some of the other playgrounds too. Like I said earlier, I've really just fallen in love with the format and the flexibility of having a playground. So I'm looking forward to also the library network playground. Mm-hmm. I'm actually starting my master's in library science this fall. So I'm excited to see, what kind of is in store for me. And then of course, anything I can get, out of the expo hall in terms of, goodies. I always look forward to that. I always have to save a corner of my suitcase for the swag from all the different booths. So I always look forward to see what the cool thing is going to be in the expo hall.
And Nicole, how about you?
Overall, I want to say the vibe. The vibe is just incredible. People are happy. People are passionate. I love that I get to see both of you and I get to see all of the community leaders that I've connected with through Zoom, throughout the year. Everyone comes together for the purpose of growing themselves and learning more. So I just love the overall vibe.
I know for myself, this being, more than a decade of attending these conferences, I look forward to just meeting people, getting out of the house, getting out of the classroom, seeing these new things. If you are going to ISTE and you see me running at you with a microphone, please don't run away. And that goes for vendors too, who might be listening to this. Monday, I've got some fantastic sessions. I've got my Ignite session at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Nicole, I don't know if I told you this. Noon, I actually got asked to be presenting at the Google booth. 1 o'clock, we've got the playground session. session. And all throughout the evening, I've got other presentations here. They're showing up. Allie, what other sessions are you going to be presenting at?
I'll be doing a poster session Monday afternoon, so last block of the day, 4 to 5:30. I'll be doing a poster about embedding computational thinking into early literacy. So I'll be kind of sharing some ideas and some of the connections between computational thinking and coding and robotics and how we can kind of leverage that to support literacy instruction.
Yes. And Nicole, what are you looking forward to presenting?
Goodness. Okay. So I am actually volunteering for 2 shifts at the Learning Journey Design Desk, which I've done since its inception. And if you're unfamiliar with it, the Learning Journey Design Desk is essentially a place that you can come if you are new to ISTE, and we will help you plan your conference. So I am volunteering for that Sunday morning, Tuesday morning as well. I am presenting on coaching and what I've learned over the 10 years that I was an instructional tech coach. So I'm presenting that at 5 o'clock on Tuesday evening. I am helping with, again, Allie and Trisha to run the playground. And then I'm also presenting in the higher ed playground on Wednesday on multimodal course design.
That is awesome. I'm looking forward to checking out those sessions and so much more. If you are happening to be at ISTE, please let us know. You can, of course, reach out over at teachercast.net/contact. Let me know that you're there. If you have a session you'd like me to attend, I'd love to hear from you guys as well. And of course, you can follow us on TeacherCast on all of the social media networks. Allie, where can we find you on your socials?
You can find me on Twitter or X at Allie BCBE. And then I am on Instagram. My handle is actually my roller derby name, Tornado Alley F4.
And Nicole, where can we learn more about the great things that you're doing these days?
I love that, Allie. I am also on Twitter/X at NM Zampano. And best other place to find me is on LinkedIn. Again, Nicole Zampano or NM Zampano 2583.
Very nice. We're going to make sure that we have links to their sessions and all of the great instructional coaching sessions happening at ISTE over on our website. Head on over to AskTheTechCoach.com for this and other great episodes. And of course, if you like this episode, please hit that like, subscribe button and share this with your coaching colleagues. And that wraps up this episode, this bonus episode of Ask the Tech Coach. On behalf of Nicole and Allie and everybody here on TeacherCast, my name is Jeff Bradbury, reminding you guys to keep up the great work in your classrooms and continue sharing your passions with your students.
You've been listening to Ask the Tech Coach, hosted by Jeff Bradbury of the TeacherCast Educational Network. Please reach out to the show with all of your questions on Twitter at AskTheTechCoach or online at www.askthetechcoach.com. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. And please take a moment to write a review in the App Store.